Hurley, and I'm going to talk about class-based polling using the Turning Point software. So just to begin, how they describe it themselves is it's the perfect audience response system and polling software. But just in terms of the tool itself, the Turning Point software, it's an easy to use engagement and assessment solution, and basically each participant or each learner can participate in real time in or using a keypad or even their own device like a mobile or computer, tablet, etc. So it's an important one there. In terms of the variety of, or in terms of the polling software itself, there's a variety of polling options available, and these are the PowerPoint polling, which is basically you deliver an interactive PowerPoint presentation using Turning Point, and that's the one actually I'm most familiar with. So you have options like creating an MCQ question, short response, a numeric response, word cloud. All of those options are available. The anywhere polling is where you can basically use it on any application. You can poll using a floating bar. So using, like for example, a website, you can bring in the anywhere polling there. Also, you can use the polling option. There is a self-paced polling where the students poll at their own pace. Okay, as I've mentioned, it's very engaging, it's interactive, but also in terms of an assessment solution, both formative and summative. Now, in my own experience, I was intending to use it as a summative because you can generate reports, but because of, and I'll share that with you in a minute, but in terms of the feedback, a lot of them, the phones the battery had died, so there's a lot of scenarios like that. So in terms of, it's very useful for formative, I found personally, but also in terms of a feedback tool, both for the instructor, in terms of real-time feedback on the learning. Real time, has it taken place? You can see exactly if they're getting the answers or the words right or close to them. But in terms of themselves, they can also look at it in terms of what the other their peers are getting right and so on. Just in terms of the student feedback, now I received about 20 responses. I think there was only, I was the main user of this tool, but it was fairly positive overall. They agreed and strongly agreed that it made them more engaged, they enjoyed using the tool, it helped them with their understanding, they liked to see new technologies, all of those positives there in terms of the tool itself. And just a few comments there, the positive ones, of course, as I said, there was very few comments about it, but they found it very useful and engaging. It was a very good way of learning, and just one negative really, it used up too much phone battery when used for too long. And as I said at the beginning, the phone had died. That was a common issue with it. In terms of my own feedback, I've said training required there, but I think it's recommended in terms of using, I suppose, any new tool. It just saves you in the initial setup time and so on. I suppose it's one thing to bear in mind as well about the license. I think it's renewed on an annual basis, so you would have to look into that in terms of if it's available. But for me, there was also a portability issue, where the software itself isn't on the desktops in each classroom, so you have to either bring your own laptop or tablet with the software on it and open your PowerPoint slides with it there, or else I used I copied it in onto my USB key as a workaround. But in terms of uses, it has multidisciplinary uses. So basically, it can meet the unique needs of each and every environment, really. It's very, very useful. And as I've mentioned there, the three polling options there, the PowerPoint, the anywhere, and the self-paced as well. Just in terms of its the training and support available, the training and support, it's all delivered by Turning Point themselves, the Turning Technologies company, but it's organised by the LTTC here, and Dolores McManus is the contact. But the training it's a really good interactive training session. The support is there. There's video tutorials tutorials. Once you get registered, they email and they follow up with you, so it's very, very supportive environment there. These call centres, you can chat with them directly as well. Just in terms, and this is quite brief, but the overall comments for me was it was very interactive. It was very engaging. I suppose once you have the initial setup, you know, the benefits outweigh the initial time commitment and so on. And to be honest, students were asking me at the beginning of a lecture, are we using Turning Point today? They did like it, and it, you know, it feels almost rewarding from my point of view that it was worth the effort, okay? And I definitely will use it again. Once you have the initial work set up and have the questions there, the bank of questions and so on, it does make it easier going forward. So overall, very much in terms of interactive, engaging and so on. And it, you know, it kind of changes the lecturing just from me talking, or it makes it a little bit more student-centered and so on. So very positive.